Before I get into the video, it would be cool if you could subscribe since, well, this is my first video and it would help out a lot.
Disclaimer, the following video is using my personal opinions, not facts.
Number 10, Tabletop Simulator. This simulator is a multiplayer game where you can play and make your own tabletop games while incorporating physics. It has a wide variety of DLCs to spice up things when the original game gets boring. It's also worth noting that the game supports VR, so if you're looking for an excuse to bring up that headset of yours, well then, consider this game. The game costs $21.99, not including Steam sales. Now, when looking at the price, it's actually really good since you get a ton of different games in one. Number 9, 60 Seconds. This game is an atomic adventure of scavenge and survival. It starts off in a quick 3D minigame where you have to collect as many resources and family members as you can before the timer hits 0. After the first stage, you're put in a bunker where you have to make the right decisions in order to survive, whether that's food and water distribution or deciding which family member goes outside to collect resources. The game only costs $9.99 and is worth a buy. Number 8, Tabs. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, also known as Tabs for short, is a battle simulation game where you can use a plethora of units from different factions, leaving the user an almost infinite amount of combinations. The game has many different game modes such as Sandbox, which offers all the maps and units to experiment on. You can also use this game mode to play a 2-player match and fight against a friend or family member on the same map. Then there's a campaign mode, which offers 11 different campaigns, each containing at most 62 scenarios, not including the custom-made ones, of course. Lastly, there's a multiplayer option, which doesn't really need explaining. Tabs has a cost of $22.79, and it's a little pricey, but if you wait for a Steam sale, it's definitely worth it. Number 7, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. This is a game where the objective is to hike up a mountain with nothing but a hammer and a cauldron for feet. This is the most annoying game I have played due to the element of severe punishment. Getting Over It has no checkpoints, and the entire game is one big level, meaning that even if you're almost at the top of the mountain, you still have the chance of losing all of your progress. Even though the game is annoying, it's still fun because it has the element of challenge and charm. It only costs $6.29, so it's a must-buy, unless you can't stand annoying games. Number 6, the Jackbox games. So for these games, I'll just count them as one, since it's a franchise where each game has the same concept. These are party games that you can play with anyone, and you only need one person to buy the game and host. The rest can just join on mobile or computer with a code, kind of like Kahoot. Each party pack contains 5 new games to host. Some of my favorites are Quiplash, a game like Cards Against Humanity, but you can type anything in the blank slots. Just remember to make it funny to win. Another one of my favorites is Talking Points. It's a game where you have to present a slide presentation that you didn't make, so you just kind of have to go with it. So out of all the games, I would go with Party Pack 7 since it has Quiplash 3, Talking Points, and some more fun ones.
Warning, this game has some explicit references, but family-friendly mode is available.
The Jackbox Party Pack 7 costs $33.99. Number 5, Stick Fight the Game. This game incorporates physics into a fighting/shooting stick figure platform game. You can use various different weapons to beat your opponent, or just let the environment do its thing. You can fight AI or real players on the quick match mode. You can also invite Steam friends to play with you. And lastly, you can play multiple people on the same computer if you just connect to a controller. The game costs a very cheap $5.49 and is definitely worth the buy. Number 4, Terraria. Terraria is a 2D platformer sandbox game that supports multiplayer that mainly focuses on exploration, building, crafting, combat, survival, and mining. But at the same time, it has objectives to complete. It also has an amazing soundtrack, and that just adds to the experience. Terraria costs $10.99 and is, well, definitely worth the money. Number 3, Slime Rancher. Slime Rancher is a game where you live on a slime farm from a slime-infested planet. You start off with nothing other than your vacuum-like gun, where you suck up different types of slimes and put them in corals, which is basically just a cage. When you feed the different types of slimes, they drop plorts, which is the currency in this game. Once you get more money, you can unlock more stuff, and you can unlock more areas. Another thing to add is that there's a lot of lore in this game that I won't cover in this video. This game is really fun and addictive, and it's without a doubt worth the $21.99. Number 2, Undertale. In this game, you play as a kid that falls into an underworld, and to escape, you must engage in fights with monsters and creatures, as well as solve numerous puzzles. Along the way, you might find yourself making friendships. One of the best parts of this game is the soundtrack. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience that only costs $10.99. Number 10, Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a 16-bit farming simulator set in the country. It's a very relaxing game where you can farm, make friendships and relationships with the citizens of the small town, and also mine. If you want to have a little more fun, you can invite a friend to play with you, since it has a multiplayer option. This is my favorite Mac game for a reason, so you should at least give it a try. The game is $16.99 and is worth every cent. If you have any ideas for new videos, let me know down in the comments. Also, remember to subscribe and you get a shout out. And that's it for this video. See you next week.